Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. Thank you for joining me for Stamp with CT to Go for July 2017. This is the This Little Piggy class. Stamp with CT to Go is an online class, and when you purchase the products that I'm featuring for the month, you do receive a gift from me, and that is all of the supplies that you need to make 3 cards. Now this month I'm featuring powder pink, the cardstock and ink pad. This is one of our 2017 to 2019 in colors. It's a very pretty shade of pink. And then also a package of aqua painters, and there are 2 in each package. And of course this little Piggy stamp set. It is so super cute. Now I do have 3 videos in this series. We'll start with the first card. You Make Me Happy. When you receive your supplies, they are provided in one of our Whisper White envelopes this month. And you will receive your card base. It's already cut and scored for you. Your Whisper White and Basic Black inside panel. And I did go ahead and stamp that inside sentiment, and I'll show you in just a minute how I did that. And then also this little outside panel. Get that envelope out of the way. And then in your kit will also be a scalloped oval. And this is our shimmery white cardstock. Because we're going to be using the aqua painter and doing a little bit of watercoloring, the shimmery white is really good when you're watercoloring. It is able to take a little more water than our regular Whisper White cardstock. We'll set that aside. First I'll go ahead and show you how I stamped the Piggy. In this set, the stamps I'll show you on the stamp case. The stamps do have the sentiments attached. Now there are a couple of ways that you can mask this off, and what I like to do is use some washi tape, and this is one of the thinner washi tapes that I had in my stash, and I just masked off where I did not want the ink on the stamp. Another way that you can do this is to actually cut the sentiment away from the stamp. A lot of people do this, and it does void your warranty of your stamp, but it makes your stamps more versatile. So that's really something that you just have to decide whether or not you want to do. But what I chose to do, like I said, was use the washi tape. So once I have masked off what I don't want to stamp, then I just ink up the image and go ahead and stamp. So then when we're ready to do our watercoloring, just want to give the ink pad a gentle squeeze. And what that does is kind of creates a palette for you in the top of your ink pad that you can use for watercoloring. I'm actually going to move this over here, I think. This is super easy. Your aqua painter is filled with water. It's got a nice little brush tip. Actually, you fill your aqua painter and it's super easy. You just take this part off, fill the chamber, put it back together. So you can kind of make that a nice point. and I just gently squeeze. This is Flirty Flamingo, and as you can see on my sample, it's a pretty dark pink little piggy. I just add a little bit of water and mix that up with the ink. And you can always add more color. So start out a little bit lighter. Just kind of brush the ink on the piggy. Like I said, this paper can really take quite a bit of water. And then what I like to do is leave a little bit darker so that I can go back in, kind of add some shading, like for the inner ear, or even come back on the body, add a little more color and kind of blend that out. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's handmade, right? I'm not squeezing my aqua painter at all. The water just flows a bit. If I want to make his snout a little bit darker, I'll go back and pick up a little more ink. Really very fun. Okay. And then what I did was used a Stampin' marker in basic black. It's got the little fine tip and also a brush tip on our markers. I just took the fine tip and went in and colored in his little hooves. So once you have your image colored the way that you like it, and this guy is a little bit pink. It does dry a little darker. And I think he's still super cute. And when you're done with your aqua painter, if you just kind of run it on your scratch paper, grid paper, it'll run clear. You can also grab a paper towel when you're working with this. And then you're ready to use the next color. There may be a little bit of staining on the tip, but that doesn't affect how it works. So once you have your piggy all colored, and I did use a green here to do the leaf, the next step is going to be, and I didn't tell you that these are also in your kit, 2 tiny little flowers. And this is a step you can omit if you don't have a silicone mat and a paper piercer, but I just took the end of the paper piercer and kind of rubbed those flowers. And that just gives it a little dimension, a little bit of depth. Did that on both of them. And then took a glue dot. Put my little flower together. And another one to adhere it to the card. Well, come on now. There we go. And then we'll add one of our basic rhinestones to the center of that, and we are almost done. I like to use my paper snips to grab those rhinestones. So then we've got everything lined up, and I did want to show you too on the stamp for the sentiment, "You make me happy." What I did was use the brush tip of the Stampin' Write marker. So you can just take it and color where you want it, or you can mask off part of the Piggy here with some washi tape or a post-it note, and then just stamp your sentiment. So let's bring back in my finished sample. "You make me happy." And that completes card number 1. Be sure and come back and join me for part 2 of This Little Piggy Stamp with CT to Go class.